and we have a totally new broadcast.
This is 3.0. We're on 3.0.
Yeah, we're on version 3.0 right now, and we should be uh, on. We should be live.
It
YouTube
says
says
live and recording, 20 seconds in.
YouTube says this is a YouTube says this is upcoming. I don't know what they mean by upcoming. Okay, we are live. So let me get a shareable link. And
I see Brooke and Kimberly are loyal and hung around. They're our test people to see if it's working.
oh, hey. Had to create. Why am I typing in the chat? You can see me and hear me. We had to create a new stream. That was rather an abrupt ending. I just posted a link over on the Facebook side, so we'll at least get a couple. But, man, what I was going to say, and you're going to find out here live, is let me go back to sharing my screen. Yeah, we've got people coming back in. Okay, sorry about that. This is what happens when your router is 2 tin cans and a piece of string. You know, I can't really, you know, I can't really say, and it may go out again. Who knows?
It's a long way to Alaska, Mark. I think there's a load there that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be.
You got to blow a little harder in the pipe to make it come this far. I think
that may be it. That may be it. Yeah. So, pulling the string tighter. Yeah. All right. So we were talking about your Etsy store. And I had to come back to talk about this because as it sits right now, you have 275 items on your store. Okay. Which is, number one, an accomplishment in and of itself. But you've got everything here from the DXF files for like this rolling workstation to STL files that you have created for anybody to just download. You also have pieces that they can buy and paint, and you have painted pieces that are ready to go. And what can I say? Yeah, we're back broadcasting, and I got 20 people watching. Go to my channel, and you should see that I'm live. Alrighty.
I love the comments on here. So,
yeah.
Alaska, Tom Conway. Tom, where are you located? He's my neighbor up here. Apparently,
Yeah, YouTube can't handle the talent. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. We'll run with that. Okay.
I like that.
And I mean, there are all kinds of. Look at this salmon charcuterie board. Come on, y'all. Tom says they're in Willow.
Conway.
A little bit earlier, the comment was made that Tom's wife is Linda, and she's been to one of your classes. She did the Raven.
That now it rings.
They're on 4 Mile Road.
Well, 4 Mile Road's a great place.
So, Tom, if you're listening, I know Linda's on. Tom, if you're listening, you got no excuse. I mean,
stop down.
Carry yourself over and get going. This model right here, the alligator swimming, I mean, come on. That's a popular piece people are after.
Yeah,
and who doesn't want a T-Rex with a machine gun on its back? Come on.
Exactly.
So rather than going through all of these, then there's the alligator just ahead. I mean, come on. This is fantastic stuff here. Good grief. Cribbage boards. Man, I can't go through all of them. So Eight Sinners says, Scott, did you invent that alligator piece? I know I've seen it 1,000 times by now.
So there's a guy named, and I'm going to skip his, Scott Dow. And Scott Dow is a chainsaw carver from Pennsylvania. And Scott Dow created the first great big giant tabletop chainsaw carving. He's an amazing artist. Go follow him, sort of thing. But shortly after Scott did that, a number of people started creating STL files of alligators. And yes, I did create that file is mine. I created my own alligator in the tradition of chainsaw carving of stealing each other's ideas, sort of a thing. So the number of people who carve bears is monumental. But I think Scott Dowell's the only guy who does those big alligators. He does.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, there's a number of alligators on there. I've sold a bazillion of those alligators. They're fun to carve and they're pretty and very popular. I ship alligator carvings 29 countries. So there's a hint.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And most of your sales are online through Etsy?
Most of, well, on this thing, we sell a ton of stuff at the gallery here in Willow, in real time. Also, those are the two primary sources and stuff. But yeah, that now, and, yeah.
I have to ask you this about the cribbage boards because we, on my members only side, we're going through a big thing with cribbage boards right now. People love their cribbage boards.
Yes.
Now, this is a master file. It says here STL files as well. So what does this package do? And holy cow, look at the centers for these cribbage boards.
Yeah, so the shape of the main cribbage board is actually, it has that curved edge, so it's an STL file that I make of that, and then it comes with DXF files for all the cutouts and the drilling. So you get that, and then you get that lid like that has no artwork on it. That's what you receive when you download it. And then if you read the note, I have probably 50 different variations of tops for it, of 3D models. So if you buy that file, I'll send you one of those many, many, many designs that. So this is kind of this is the Yugo or the options of you can go, make a different top for it than you want something different. So yeah, it's a fun file to carve. I got a couple guys I'm working with right now that are doing their first carving. So, yeah, it's kind of a fun.
Okay.
Very artistic, kind of pretty piece.
And loads of options.
Tons of different
options for the center of those. Okay.
This is the beauty of, so you look like that moose option right there. This is the beauty of a CNC. I use that moose and some of those fish paintings literally in dozens and dozens of different designs. So I'll go grab like I do a lot of rotary mugs and stuff. Yeah. And you just drop those right on top. Any of these designs go on top of it. There's a rotary mug with an ogre in it that I made for my son because he's into fantasy games. So it's got a giant ogre on it. But you make the model and you drop them on rotary, and rotary is an underutilized, fun thing to do. But so yeah, if you want, I'll tell you what, Mark. Since I appreciate you doing this, and I don't want to beat on the Etsy store to the end of the thing, but anybody who goes to my Etsy store, I'll leave this open for the month of June because I know this replays. But during the month of June, if you place an order for a file, let's say a $10 file. And then you comment in there, Mark Lindsay, or say something nice about Mark. If you comment in there and then tell me a second file you want, I'll send you a second file of the same value or less for free. So you can get 2 for 1.
Just in the comments. Comment
when you place the order, or if you can't figure it out, drop me a note and I'll walk you through it. But you can get 2 for 1 on my Etsy store.
Can't beat that. I mean,
go get some fun stuff to play with and
I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, and it's not like the files are $250. They're just not. There was a suggestion from 8th Center to kind of up the game a little bit. No, I take that back. It was from Brooks Martin. Brooks says, I still say you need a man swimming away from that gator.
Well, if you go, I'm going to say this one time and I won't say it again. And I know Mark's going to not let it out, but if you go to Bull Shanigan's page of the make, you will see that I downloaded that alligator eating a, excuse my language, fat chick. So I'm just saying there is one. Because there was a bunch of trash talk one day about fat chick models. There's never any skinny ones. So there is one there.
Okay.
That's the end of that discussion. And I was forced to do it. It wasn't my fault.
Okay. So basically, go to Scott's Etsy store. There's a link down in the description. And if you purchase a model, say a $14 model, you can pick up a model of equal or lesser value for free just by going into the comments on your order and
So you're seeing,
mentioning Mark Lindsay CNC, and then add the name of that second model that you want.
Yeah.
And
Sarah, you're pointing in your screen. I will point out there's that bear coming through the wall in the bottom left corner. That is the only model on here that is not mine, and I don't sell the model. I don't, because it's digital property. But I do sell the bear on a charcuterie board carving because I bought the model from the owner, and I do sell carvings there. Yeah, that's the only model you see here that I didn't create. So there you go. Lots of different. Then I go on a vacation down south, and it makes me carve fish from down south. That's what occurred here. A whole bunch of tons and tons of fish, and I make a lot of people want their own fish carved, so I do some of that. Puppy dogs and fish. I do lots of puppy dogs.
Lots of dogs and fish. And there's the T-Rex without the chain gun on his back. Then you've got a shark, a swimming shark. Yeah. I mean, humpback whales, steampunk king salmon. How did a Blackhawk get in there? Well, anyway,
lots of army bases up here, and the guys all want tanks and UH-60 helicopters on there.
Okay, and then we've got coho salmon. I mean, it's all nature. It's all art. Go shop, browse around, see what you.
So the Bigfoot waving at you right there. That's carved out of blue foam. And he's designed to hang in a window. So you go carve him and then post him on your neighbor's window, looking in the window and freaking out. I have sold dozens of those. I have lodges up here who keep them in there at their lodges. move them. The one guy moves them around from cabin to cabin. It's pretty funny.
And now Kurt over at Crafty Jans is saying, where is the shark with laser beams on his forehead?
Oh, man. Right after the T-Rex, when I done carving the T-Rex, we're doing that laser beam. in a tornado, too. He'll be in a tornado or something.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. There's a steampunk walrus. Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff you can make up. Some of it you just can't. No. So,
steampunk's very fun stuff to carve because it combines, soft, natural shapes with the mechanical stuff that's really cool.
Now, a couple on the other live stream when we were live over there, somebody mentioned they loved the John Deere tractor in the background of that picture. There's your John Deere tractor right there. So there you go. All kinds of nifty stuff in here, all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, I'm going to back out of it and let folks go do their own wandering around. And we'll go ahead and we'll just take that out of here and bring it back to you and I. Scott, I want to thank you, first of all, for doing this. It's okay, we've got one question here that I'm going to bring up real quick here, as I knew that's going to come up. How much would you charge to 3D an idea if someone provided a rough sketch or image?
So this is I had to just stop some of this. I had to raise my base price, but my base price to create a model is $45, and a ton of models get done for $45. But I quote them all. So somebody sends me a picture and I give them a counsel, but that's not a good picture for a model, or we need to do something different. A lot of people take pictures of dogs, for example, and they're looking down at the dog, and it distorts everything about the dog.
Yeah.
So you need I walk them through the quality of the picture and what do they want out of the model. And then the most I've ever sold a model for was maybe $300 or $400, but there's been like one or two of those. So the vast majority of them are, under $50. So.
Okay. Okay. Do you have an email that you publish, or how do people get a hold of you to talk to you about commissioning a model?
They call Mark Lindsay up directly, and he takes care of.
Oh, okay. Well, I
No,
don't
I
charge.
do. You can. The website is Scott Art AK, and that's all. There's Scott Art
Um,
AK at Gmail is my art.
okay, I have your website linked in the description of the first live stream.
Sure.
This was done on the fly, so there's nothing in the description of this live stream.
Well, that's cool. Yeah,
So,
Scott Art AK is pretty. That's
okay,
Alaska. Scott Art AK at Gmail.
okay,
You can send me inquiries and information there, and I'll find it.
okay. So it is. I'm typing into the chat right now. Scott Art AK at gmail.com. And now that it's in there, you're going to tell me, no, that was wrong. So, or I
Probably
spelled it wrong or something like
it's a
that.
Gmail, however the Gmail thing works. But
Yeah,
that
I
looks
got it.
that looks
It's
like
no
it.
problem. So get a hold of Scott. If you can't get a hold of him for some reason, if you go to the About link on my YouTube channel, you'll have to prove that you're not a robot. My email address is in there. You can get a hold of me, and I will forward it to Scott. Okay. Um, Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. You and I could talk forever, but I have to ask you because I ask everybody this question. What is the one question I should have asked you, but I didn't?
Oh, hmm. Well, I don't. I don't. I think. I mean, just a general comment about the whole CNC community. It's just so different. What you're doing here is a big part of it. The fact that there's support, and when you and I started 12 years ago, I mean, we could have just talked about CNC support and the guys. I mean, we have people who just make bits for CNCs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're on here and they're helpful. And it's not like I love
Yeah,
Tools RS, but you can't call them up and ask them questions about
yeah.
speeds and feeds and stuff. But man, we had this community's blowing up, this whole thing online and YouTube, and guys like you are leading getting us out here where there's a support thing, and you find a couple buddies, and nothing's not possible, on
Right.
here, so that's the only thing I'd add to this. All these things can be done. It's not part of
I,
it's rocket science.
yeah, yeah. There's a little bit of rocket surgery on the. Oh my gosh, Kimberly went. You are a princess. Thank you so much. $10 super chat. Fish food for thought. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to agree with you, Scott, and I'm going to agree with Brooks Martin over here. I am truly blessed and truly honored to be a part of this community. And it's because of people like yourself, Scott, who are not afraid uh, or not. You're not afraid to share your knowledge, and you seem like a genuinely warm person who just wants to see people have fun with this and succeed at it. And I find that the bigger this community gets, the more the super egos are being pushed out, and letting people who genuinely want to help everybody else succeed in not only CNC, because that's just part of the story, but the finish afterwards. That
Yeah.
is really something to me. I say that I'm on a one person quest to show people that these are more than sign makers. And I think looking at what you've shown here today has kind of forwarded that a little bit, in that if you think outside the box and you learn, and it takes experience and it takes discipline to get in there every day and plug away at a model, and don't be afraid to ask questions and reach out to the folks. That's the beautiful part of this community is you can reach out to the folks you look up to, and you're going to get an answer, and it's going to be a genuine answer. There's folks like yourself who have, we all stand on the shoulders of giants. It's folks like yourself who are willing to put themselves out there and invite the questions that I appreciate.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing, and I've been blessed to surround myself with a bunch of people who have the same mindset. So thank you for that. Would you consider coming back, or was this torture?
Well, if you want, I'm happy to come back, and maybe we'll get more specific about, just how I design stuff and see if we can carry the ball a bit further.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. But yeah, anytime.
That would be great. Okay. All right. And I'm going to do what I can do to get this fiasco of a live stream fixed. And as soon as I'm done, I'm going to put on some real shoes, not my flip flops. And we're going to bust down and get a new router so we don't have those issues anymore.
I'm going to put pants on and go down to the gallery. So.
Yeah. When you're dealing with saws and stuff, pants are no longer an option. Scott, thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it. I had a great time, and I will ask you back, believe me. But do hang around here when I sign off. We can get into it a little bit further here, folks. I appreciate you spending part of your Sunday with us. I appreciate you hanging around through the whole dropping connection debacle. Those of you who saw that I started a new live stream so we could finish this up and came over to actually watch the live stream, you're the real ones. You know who you are. I appreciate it. Tomorrow, Monday, for my channel members, we're going to be doing a little bit more 3D work with Dwayne Ruthig and Mike Bernasconi. They have something cooked up that I'm not really sure what we're going to do, but it promises to be good. Next, I don't know what I'm going to do next Sunday. Next Sunday, I have a guest in mind, and I'm going to wait to see if they get back to me. Here's hoping they do. But no matter what, it's going to be good. Anyhow, thank you, Steve, for sponsoring Mark Lindsay CNC.com. Thank you, Scott, for coming on and spending your part of your afternoon with us, morning and afternoon with us. And thank you, everybody out there, for watching and for hanging around with through all the madness. Until next week, go make some chips. Go do something cool. If nothing else, go check out Scott's Etsy page. I mean, there's a lot of stuff up there that you have asked for.
There you go. Or say hi on it.
Yeah.
That's all good too. Appreciate you all. That was fun.
Y'all take care.